The main thing I learned about my awesome co-wife is that she wasn't trying to bother me. So when she did marry Coach Nyla, that's her marriage with him. I got mine with him. You know, nobody's going, oh, 1 point for her and 1 point for Coach Fatimah. We don't do that. We don't keep score of one another. We just don't. Assalamu alaikum. Peace is Fatimah, Coach Fatimah, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and the co-author of the new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. Now, in this video, I want to address something because people have asked me this question. They've asked me, how are you not bothered by your co-wife? Like, how are you unbothered? Let me just say this. One thing that I had to learn by just speaking with her and like having a conversation, we had our hard conversation and we got to know each other outside of just being wives to Coach Nazir, which is a big deal in my life because I got married to be a wife and that rhymed. And I got married to have children and I did that. But that's not the only thing or the only attributes that I had. I'm somebody's daughter. I'm a mother. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an artist. I'm a designer. I love interior design. I love decor. I love learning. I love traveling when it's not stressful. There's so much that I love. I love books. I love connecting with people. I love sitting with others. I love laughter. I love humor. I love courage. There's so many things that I love and that I love to do. I can't just focus on one area of my life and let that be my life. And as a young wife, that's what I was doing. I was like really focused on my husband and my daughter. When we were first married, it was just us three, a very tiny family, and they were just my world. The two of them were just my world. And then I learned, I said, now, look now, they shouldn't be your world, boo-boo. That was not healthy. But I was a 20-year-old wife, and it was just like, you know, and I married a husband that was 19 and fearless, as he still is today. And he was hungry to learn. He's still hungry to learn. He's ferocious at being consistent with his education, self-taught and building a library and reading so much and going to so many different seminars and traveling and trying to get the information and build legacy. And he had some really awesome mentors along the way. And then I said, I don't really have that. I just kind of was piggybacking off what he was learning. And in some instances I still do. However, I have every ability and every desire to be able to find my own way. And I have. So I had to become somebody else. So with my co-wife, we had to have our conversation and just sit and be safe with one another and have a really safe environment. And I said, I can't go into this conversation in this judgment. And then I got to know a lot about her and her uphill battle and her triumphs and her trials and her background and her family and her parents and her siblings and who she was outside of just my co-wife, because people just plop her right there and they go, you Coach Fatimah's co-wife, sit there and be quiet and shut up. And they just try to hush or silence her voice. And I didn't want to be one of those people. I said, now I'm not going to get to know anything about her if I hit her with a barrage of questions. This was our first sit down together. And we had lunch, and I brought lunch for us, and it was really, really nice. And we just talked like two women, and we didn't make the focal point Coach Nazir. So after that conversation, I was like, look, I don't need to be bothered by this. Now, you still have your days and you still have your moments, but mine are very few and far between. And we just try to make sure we're safe with one another. And that's how this works. That's how us being co-wives works. That's how us being sisters in our religion works. Because even if something happens to Coach Nazir, Allah forbid, or God forbid, anytime soon, this family will not suffer catastrophic collapse because we've decided as wives that we'll continue. We're still family and not one. I don't want to diminish who he is in our family, but not his death would cause us to split. And I go, see you. It's been nice, girl. Bye. It's not that. We family forever. And I told her she got me for life. She just does. And I pray that our relationship is protected and preserved because we're doing the work. And I learned to understand. In that conversation now, I said, she's not trying to bother me. She's not trying to disturb me. Now, people go, well, she did when she married your husband. Well, he's not mine. He's not my creation. He's not my possession, and I have no desire to possess him. I just don't. I don't have that. I'm not 20 anymore. I'm not this naive wife that thinks that, okay, this is how it's supposed to go. I'm supposed to be the wife and take care of him and the child, and I'll just make sure this machine keeps going. And I came from brokenness, so I'm not gonna break this up, and we're all gonna be safe, right? That's just not how life works. You don't know what's gonna happen in the future. So the main thing I learned about my awesome co-wife is that she wasn't trying to bother me. So when she did marry Coach Nyla, that's her marriage with him. I got mine with him. Nobody's going, 1 point for her and 1 point for Coach Fatimah. We don't do that. We don't keep score of one another. We just don't. It doesn't serve me. It doesn't make me feel good to even think about that. I'm so busy being me and working on who I am and mothering my children and connecting with people. When we say connecting on a higher level, all day, but I got to connect with me and make sure I'm good. I got to make sure I'm okay, and then I can help other people. But if I'm not okay, then yeah, everything gonna bother me because there's an insecurity in there. So I have to celebrate who I am. I have to celebrate my own marriage and make that the best that it can be. So I won't have time to fill my head up with what Coach Nyla is doing. She good, if she happy, if she healthy and ain't nobody bothering her, and I know it, then I'm good. Then the rest ain't my business.
Pardon interruption. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that you could thrive better in the community that's more supportive? Now, I already know the answer to that. But did you know that Outstanding Personal Relationships actually has a community that is supportive and where we really hang out a lot? It has a number of areas and things like, for example, I deal with the men in the Kings and Men section where we discuss a number of different men issues, whether it's polygyny related, parenting related, whatever it may be. This is where we communicate and connect.
And as an introvert, I love the idea of an online community. So we have that. And to be able to speak with like-minded people, speak with other wives, wives, whether you're an incoming wife, whether you're a first wife, you're a wife, period, in general, you only practicing monogamy, whatever the case may be, to be able to be in a community with people who understand what you're going through, understand any type of issues you have, and also being in a place where you have support from others, where it's not all over social media for everybody else to see.
Yes, and it is a safe space. So if you guys want to see us or if you want to connect with us, come to our community.
Indeed. And like they said, it's private. All right. So you don't have to worry about your stuff being all over the place or all on social media, trying to find the comments and go scroll. We have the subjects. We have all this type of stuff. Just go to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com. Look on the top of the page. Click on community. We look forward to seeing you there. Back to the video.
That's not my business. So whatever she shares with me and go, oh, my head hurt, whatever, let me get you something. We're going to go to over here and have some coffee and sit down and talk. Or we're going to walk in the mall. We do that stuff. We have to take y'all with us. We're going to have to take y'all with us. But understanding that she was not trying to break my family apart, that really helped. And that helped me feel more at peace. And then I said, okay, Fatimah, you work on your stuff and understand that this is deeper than what you ever thought it was. I was thinking really surface level with it, and I'll tell you I was. Because one thing about me is I'll tell you what I'm doing because I know my crap. And that's what I was doing. I said, oh, she must want him to leave us. And she must, like, he would go, okay, you want me to leave him? Okay, I'm going to leave him. He's a grown man. He knows how to make his own decisions. And that wasn't her desire. So she wanted to be expanding more too. So I get that. And we've had our conversations, and I celebrate those vulnerable moments because she didn't have to tell me nothing. I didn't have to tell her nothing. But this works because we told each other something, and we were sincere, and we still are sincere. We've had people meet us off this camera, behind the scenes, and somebody was saying to me, and it takes a lot for me to get emotional on things, but this almost took me out, and she was like, you guys are just to see you all together and laugh, and it's not a fake relationship, and you guys really enjoy each other's company, and you kiki together, woo woo. She said, I just love that. And I just, it's easy to go, well, they faking for the money. Honey, it ain't money like that on here. I mean, you can get it, but that's not the goal. We have a family to take care of. We have children. Yes, it helps. Yes, absolutely. I'd be lying if I said it didn't. But if that's the driving force for my relationship with her, relationship would have imploded a long time ago. You wouldn't see 12 years of it. Now, did it start off that way? No. But we always respected the role of the other. We didn't say, well, that's his girlfriend, I'm his wife, and say what they want to. Never did that. You don't have to always like something in order to give it the respect that it deserves. You might not like how things were done, but to sit around and be disrespectful and be this evil force and cause chaos, that's not me, because that's not attractive. And I like beautiful things. I don't like ugly. I don't like ugly things. However, I know that my healing had to be ugly before it was beautiful. And I was willing at some point to say, you know what, skip that. We're going to make this work, and we're going to have our conversation. I'm going to work on me. I'm going to forgive, and I'm going to keep it cute and keep it moving, because I don't have time to drag my feet, and just wallow and, oh, this happened and woe is me. I don't want to do that. Was there a time where I felt that way? Yeah, it was a time I felt that way. That's my husband. Yeah, I felt that way. But it's also her husband too. And I was okay with it. I had to be okay with it. For the success of this family, we all had to make sure we checked the temperature of our own relationships, of our own intentions, of what's going on with us, practice self-awareness. See, my forgiveness couldn't be in installments. No, you either gonna forgive or you're not. But you can't do both. You can't be on a yo-yo. People gotta know what they can expect so that they can kind of work with the willing. Absolutely. So understanding that she wasn't trying to bother me in the first place, break up this family in the second place. The third place, I had to understand that just because somebody else's story is not my own doesn't mean it's unacceptable. That don't mean that. Everybody got their own journey to go through. And I went through mine. I'm still going through mine. The beautiful thing about her, and I always say this, is she knows how to share her own story. So, and she's shared it on YouTube and of course Facebook. It's made its way to IG, so it can be looked at. And I believe it's called Why I Married a Married Man. Check it out. It's a really great video. She brings it. She's being very transparent. And I know it hasn't been easy because she has had people kind of place her in my shadow where she doesn't belong, because we don't live in the shadow of each other. We don't. We got our own shine. We got our own sunlight. We got our own glow. We got all that. We got our own crowns, And I say this all the time. And if hers gets a little tipped, and I help straighten it, and she straightens mine. That's how it works. Just being genuine, being sincere, and not creating chaos and mess and keeping score of one another, and creating a safe mental and emotional space for one another outside of any other human being. So that sisterhood happens in that fashion. It has to happen organically. not because we're trying to get brownie points with the husband, make ourselves look good. We're going to make ourselves look good when we're safe with one another and our children are safe with each other. That's how that works, and having good intentions. I don't wish for her marriage to break up. She doesn't wish for mine to break up, and she never has. So we've had the conversation, y'all. So in the comments, if you made it this far, put in the comments unbothered. Okay? Just put that there. So if you feel as though you're bothered, you can have a conversation with your co-wife if the time is right. It's not a demand, it's a request. It's met with gentle, positive vibes and stating to one another that you're safe here. Let's talk in a safe way. And let's not make the conversation about our husband. It works. It worked for me and my awesome co-wife. Shout out to her, Coach Nyla. So make sure you guys are commenting, liking, subscribing, hit that notification bell, share it because sharing is caring. I hope you guys got some gems from this video. I love doing these videos so that everybody can kind of talk about them. We, add to the discussion and talk with one another down in the comments. As long as it's respectful, love it. People that be disrespectful, honey, I'm going to have a good evening whether you want me to or not. That's just how it works. I'm going to sleep, I'm going to have my ice cream, and I'm going to have a good evening because I'm going to be intentional about it because I'm not bothered. Anywho, make sure you guys are following us on our social media platforms. So on IG, we're Outstanding Relationships, and on YouTube and Facebook, we're Outstanding Personal Relationships. So guys, check that out. I'm going to leave you with the GLC like we always do. Make sure you are growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. I'm Coach Fatimah. I'll see y'all in the next one. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Here are 3 ways Outstanding Personal Relationships can help you.
Make sure you guys are following us on our social medias at Outstanding Personal Relationships on YouTube and Facebook, and on IG at Outstanding Relationships.
And make sure you sign up for our email list, and you can actually email us at support@Outstanding Personal Relationships, where you will get updates on our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored, as well as exclusive access to our lives and bonuses.
Absolutely. If you're looking for more polygyny education, make sure you visit polygamymasterclass.com. Now, if you're looking for coaching or counseling with either Coach Fatimah or Coach Nyla, you can find them at.
Make sure you visit me at CoachFatimah.com.
And myself at CoachNyla.com.
That's how we can help you. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace.